afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to MemilyMakes, or welcome if you're new here. Hope that you're all doing well, that you had a lovely weekend, and that you're having a lovely week. Now, this is kind of I'm not really going to say bonus video, because I think my plan is to try and do this maybe on a monthly basis. So I've just recorded my weekly podcast, and I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the weekly podcast from the end of the month podcast. So my plan for this podcast is I'm absolutely surrounded by patterns, yarn, bags, everything. It's all here. It's crazy. So there's a lot to get through today. My plan for today is to quickly show you the projects that I finished in the month. So I'm trying to find them. There's some I've got them. So quickly show you the projects that I finished in the month of January. And then I'm going to show you projects that I've got ideas for. Not all of them have yarn for them, but a lot of them do. And I thought this would be a nice way to kind of give you an idea of projects that are on the list that are likely to get started soon, and it'll also give you an idea as to some that I'm unsure about or anything like that. It's kind of a 2023 plans video. It's not everything. I did kind of want to drag all of my yarn out and show you, but that was a bit overwhelming. Let's put it that way. Looking at what I have here, it's a lot already, and all of this yarn has projects I thought out for it. So for example, behind me I've got a lot of yarn that doesn't have projects. I don't know what I'm doing with all of that. It's just there for aesthetics at the minute. In fact, I'm sitting in the right angle because you can kind of see it, which is great. So I thought I'd scrap that because it's going to be a really long video if I drag out every single skein of yarn that I have. And yeah, I think it would just be a bit overwhelming for me, let alone for yourselves. So yeah, just give you an idea of what I'm going to be up to over this year. Whether the format will stay the same for each month, probably not. Each month I think my plan is just to do a wrap up of the month. And yeah, just see how we get on. Yeah, I've been really enjoying doing YouTube. I recognise that it's quite helpful for me in a way because it's encouraging me to actually work on projects and try and get them finished. Yeah, it holds me accountable, and it's really good because there's some projects that I put down and I just ignore for like a week or two. But because I recognise that and I remember that I've actually touched upon it, I think, well, maybe I should dig it out and do something on it. So in that sense, it's really helpful. I don't like to put deadlines on myself because I don't like to add, it's a hobby at the end of the day. And I don't want to put constraints on that make it stressful, if that makes sense. And I think that's why I haven't quite finished my Toft gifts that I've been working on, because I don't want to rush them. I don't want to work on them stressed. And I think at the minute I would be working on them a bit stressed. Which is why they've been parked a little bit. They're all ready. One is actually finished. I just need to sew up the body parts, and that's my least favourite part. So in crochet, it's sewing up the body parts on pieces, dolls, animals, things like that I get a bit stressed about. I don't know why. Weird. It's just weird. But anyway, so that's the idea for the format. But today, as I say, I've got 2 finished objects to show you that I completed in January, and then the rest will be the madness that is in my mind at this point in time. So without further ado, the first object that I finished in January are these. So these are my Nemezia Carnival socks. They are by Twinset. The pattern is by Twinset and Pearl. I believe it's available to buy on Ravelry now. And the yarn is botanical yarn, and it was a collaboration, so the club, between Botanical Yarn, Twinset and Pearl. In fact, I can show you here because I've got the bag. So the Botanical Yarn, Twinset and Pearl sock club. Botanical Yarn obviously dyes the yarn, Twinset and Pearl designed the pattern, and it's a collaboration between the two that they started last year. So in January of 2022 they started this sock club, And each month you signed up and you got the yarn and the pattern to the socks. So this was June's pair of socks, and again, absolutely beautiful they are. I'll hold one up actually, better. Absolutely beautiful. So the front of the sock were these lovely wiggly lines with the lace, and then on the back of the sock were the lovely straight lines. It's absolutely stunning. Such a beautiful design. And I think because the yarn isn't so busy, you can really see the definition of the stitches and of the cabling. It's just beautiful. Love these socks. So yes, those are the Nemezia Carnival socks, and I finished them in January. I know, June 2022 Sock Club socks, and I finished in January. Yes. The second project that I finished in January, and I've just realised that I made a mistake in these, so I can show you them. Show you the mistake even. So these, again, socks. These are the Colin socks by Twinset and Pearl. No collaboration with Botanical Yarn. This is just Twinset, one of Twinset and Pearl's part of their Bridgerton design. So they did a series of Bridgerton socks. I think there's a couple of series they did actually, but these are Colin socks. So left and a right. So you've got the pattern, the lovely swoopy pattern on one side, and on the other side is just the rib. Now, the mistake I made, sorry, excuse the label, they're in my hand-dyed yarn, so they're actually samples for my shop, so that's why it's got a label on it. I just didn't take it off. So the cuff is supposed to be like that, so you basically knit a row, and then you follow the pattern for the other row. So in the pattern in the other row was obviously a rib, but annoyingly, this was the first pair that I did. I just did a normal rib for the cuff because I'm silly. So there we go. If I show you that, you can see the difference just about. But yeah, that was my mistake. But yeah, I mean they're fine. So that was my second finished object for the month of January. So 2 pairs of socks. I mean, they are socks, but they are finished objects. They are done. So that is great. I'm really pleased about that. Okay, so are you ready for this? It's going to be a bit of a wild ride. I'm going to try and get through everything as quick as I can. Now, I haven't turned my ring light on because I didn't turn it on for the weekly podcast that I just filmed, and the light seems fine. So apologies if it's not. Let me know. Also, let me know about the setup. I've been doing this with this setup for a little while, well, for a couple of weeks now, and I think it's probably the best setup that I've got. But yeah, let me know what you think, and let's get straight into it. So I'm going to start off with what I've just finished on, really, socks. So as I said, those were, one of the finished objects was June's socks. So I basically did the sock club with Botanical Yarn, Twinset and Pearl. I did that sock club for the whole of 2022. I say did it, I purchased for each month. So I've got from January to December for 2022. Those were June's. I am working on July, so you will have seen those in the podcast for this week, or the podcast that I've just filmed. So I do have all the yarn and all the patterns for the remainder of 2022, so from August to December. So let me just make sure I've got these in the right order. I'm not even sure if they're labelled. Yes, this is August's. Okay, right. Bear with me. So, August's, these are obviously socks that I will be making. Apologies, I didn't make that clear, did I? I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of stuff. So, all of these projects that I will be showing you now are projects that I plan to do in 2023. Now, that's a very loose term because I might change my mind. It might not happen. I don't know. Patterns come out all the time and I get very excited when I see a new pattern. In fact, I do have somewhere in one of my plans, I have a new pattern that came out this weekend, I think it was. So that has just been added to the list. It's stunning. I can't wait to show you it. But anyway, I am planning to finish the remainder of Botanical Yarn, Twinset and Pearl's sock club from 2022. I'm determined to finish it all in 2023. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. So I'm going to show you the remainder of them just so you've got an idea of what I will be working on, and I'll try and whiz through them because they are, yeah, I'll try and whiz through them. So the first one is August's, yes, August. So this was the yarn for August. Bring that a bit closer, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful yarn, very delicate looking, kind of an ecru colour with some very beautiful purple speckles that are going throughout. So that is the yarn for August, and the pattern is, oh yeah, I like these. They are called Very Veronica Socks, and there they are. Very, very nice. Now I think there's a bit more yellow in that one, but if I hold the yarn up, it kind of looks, yeah. So that is August socks. So again, I will be finishing these in 2023. Now, is this September's? Yes, it is. It's all right. The patterns aren't labelled as the month. It's only the yarn that's labelled as the month. So, let me just double check. Yes. So this is September's colourway, a beautiful purple. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. There we go. Botanical yarn. Beautiful, beautiful purple. Love that purple. It's real nice. So that is September's colour. Although the pattern looks pink, actually, they are called Lavender Moonflower Socks. My throat is going. They look pink in that pattern there, but that is the pattern. And then this is the yarn that went along with that pattern. So those are September's. Right, next. Got to make sure I pick out the right ones because I haven't actually organised them. I've organised everything else, I just didn't organise these. I grabbed the bags that they were in and just went with it. No, that's December's. And that looks like November. Is that November? That's November. Okay, apologies. I don't know why I didn't organise this beforehand, but there we go. Right, now then, this is October's colourway. Beautiful, beautiful yellow. I actually really like that. It's kind of mustard yellow. Beautiful, beautiful colour. So that is October's colourway. And then they are called, sorry, I'm trying to find the name. They are called the Cedar Elm Socks. And there they are. Let's try and get in on those. There we go. They look quite complicated. They're going to take me a little while, I think. And there's the colour to go alongside the socks. So again, I'll be making these. In fact, they're quite fall, autumny. I don't know why I said fall. Very autumny socks, those. So they're going to be lovely to make. This is November's. Very, very bright. I think, in fact, I showed these during one of my Vlogmases. So that is November's colour. And the socks are called Plumberry Socks by Twin Set Pearl. And then there's the pattern. So we can get that. There we go. Very delicate looking pair of socks there. Now, all of the sock patterns... Oh, I didn't hold them up together, did I? There we go. So all of the sock patterns will be released on Twin Set and Pearl's Ravelry page, but they're being released 6 months after the instalment of the sock club. So you will be able to do the patterns, you just have to wait 6 months after. Now I think the socks that I'm working on at the minute, the July socks, they are available to purchase in the shop. I don't think August socks are available yet. Sorry, shop, Ravelry. Right, anywho, December's socks are beautiful, beautiful blue. This reminds me of, I think it was April's sock colourway. Very, very beautiful blue, that. Again, very delicate looking colour, beautiful. Now, this one looks completely different in the pattern, so I'm not entirely sure what happened. But anyway, they are, I don't know how to pronounce this, so you'll have to bear with me. Veitch's Blue Thistle Socks. I may have pronounced that wrong. I do apologise. Veitch's, I'm not sure, but there's the name. And then there's the pattern. As you can see, a very different yarn was used for the example pattern, but this is the colourway that came with the pattern in the club. So those are all of the remaining sock clubs patterns yarn that I have left to do. So they will be making an appearance throughout the year because I will finish them in 2023. That is my plan. They will get finished. Now, I have a lot of stuff here. I've shown you this pattern before, so I'm going to show you this one first because I know you've seen this one. I don't know why my throat's decided to get a bit croaky. My drink is all the way over there, so you'll have to bear with me. I do apologise. Right, this one you've seen before. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I can't remember which video it was in. It might have been in one of my Vlogmas videos, but I know I have shown it before. But this will be the next cast on that I do that isn't a sock, basically. I have a lot of socks to do. This is the Pink Fizz sweater jumper by Andrea Mowry. Look at that. I think that is absolutely stunning. Let me hold it properly so you can actually see. There's this panel down the side there, and I believe it's on the other side as well, and it's just this beautiful lace work, absolutely stunning. So yeah, I cannot wait to get this cast on. So that will be my next cast on that's not a sock. And the colours that I've gone for, so I have all the yarn for this, it's ready to go. I just need to get a wiggle on with my my works in progress. It's all right, they're still sat over there from the podcast, so just in a massive pile. So I will be using Debbie Bliss Rialto 4-ply. Oh, it's so soft, this. And the colour is, does it have a name? It doesn't have a name. The colour, unfortunately, is a number, so it's 22034. It's very soft, very squishy, a lovely pink, this, absolutely gorgeous. And I'll be holding this together with some fuzzy stuff. So, I've already got it on my lip balm. It's the problem with mohair and alpaca. This is mohair though. This is Kid Drops Kid Silk, and it's their soft and luxurious Super Kid mohair and silk. Do I have a colour for you? I don't think I have a colour for you again. No, unfortunately it's a colour number again, so if I can just squeeze that, there you go, it's colour number 3. So it's almost like a purpley colour. I can hold those, there you go, you can kind of see that there is a difference, but it's going to create like a purpley, pinky jumper. I think it's going to look real nice, so I'm quite excited to get that cast on actually. So as I say, I've got it all here, it's all in the bag, it's all ready to go. I've just got to finish some projects. But it might take me a little while because it is obviously quite thin yarn. It's 4-ply fingering weight held together with silk, and obviously it has that lace detail. So that lace detail is going to take a bit of mental capacity. So it might take a little bit longer than initially planned, like my monsoon cowl, but I'm hoping that's gonna, yeah, it's beautiful, it's so beautiful. Anyway, that's one project that I hope to do in 2023. Now, you've not seen any of the others, so, oh, I've got one behind me. I'll do this one first because it's behind me and I'll forget it otherwise, and I've just noticed it. So, this one I've had on the cards for a little while, because I think it was last year for like an advent knit. I was watching Knitty Natty's YouTube channel. She's brilliant. Give her, you know, check her out if you haven't already. She's wonderful to watch. She did one of these. So this is the Sea Glass Tea. Let me just double check. Sorry, there you go, Woolen Pine. So it's Sea Glass Tea, and as you can see, it's a scrappy project really. So you've got a main colour that you hold, I believe, from what I've heard, a main colour that you hold together with scraps of yarn or mini skeins, things like that. But Knitty Natty, for her project, well, Natalie, sorry, for her project, she used her advent skeins. So she used the advent skeins and she held them together with one main colour. and I thought it looked absolutely beautiful. It was basically like a rainbow. It was stunning. So I thought I'd kind of adopt that sort of idea and do a similar sort of thing. So what I did was I dyed up some very plain silvery, it's really, really pale silvery colour. So this is just 2 skeins of fingering weight. I believe they're sock as well. Just really, really plain, really simple. And this is going to be the main colour that I'm going to hold together with, well, I don't even know if you hold it together. I think there's slip stitches involved. I haven't read the pattern. I really should read the pattern, but I will be referring to her project notes on Ravelry, Natalie's project notes on Ravelry, because she did it in stripes and it was beautiful. Anyway, so I have a big bag here of many, give that a little twist, different colours of mini skeins. Some of them I've dyed myself. Some of them are from botanical yarn, so especially these 2 here. These 2 here are definitely from botanical yarn, I know that. But majority of them are dyed by myself. But yeah, the plan is to do like a sweater, kind of a rainbow sweater, well, t-shirt because it's got short sleeves, and following Nitty Natty's notes because it was beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's my plan with that, and I'll do the sea glass tea. These have been sitting in my stash for so long. I've got so many mini skeins, it's unreal. But they've just been sitting there in my stash for so long that it's about time I cast this on. I'm apprehensive because I am nervous. I think I just need to sit and read the pattern, double check Nitty Natty's notes, Natalie's notes, and just make sure I've got my head around it. And then I'm sure as soon as I cast it on and start going, it's going to be great. So that is all the yarn to make a sea glass tea at some point in 2023. I'm running out of room to actually put stuff, so I'm just gonna have to chuck it now. Okay, I'll stay on the sweater, what's the word? The sweater category for now, because I have a lot of sweaters in planning. Now, I do knit a lot of shawls, but with shawls it's slightly different. I don't plan for them, although there are 2 that I have here that I have planned or will be planning. But I mostly plan sweaters, and I don't know whether that's because I cast on shawls quicker than I do sweaters. I'm not sure, but anyway, one that I will definitely be casting on is actually a cardigan. Now, I did start this project once, and I'm absolutely gutted that I didn't finish it, but the reason I didn't finish it was because it's a crochet cardigan, and for some reason my tension in crochet is completely off. I think I've touched upon this before, and I have mentioned this cardigan before. I had to rip the whole thing out because it just was not looking right, and because the tension was so off, I was using so much yarn that the whole garment felt heavy, and I don't think that was the idea for the garment. So if I show you it, I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Here we are. So this is the Rosewood cardigan by All About Amy. You can see that there. Rosewood cardigan. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. If I bring that closer, you can see that it is actually crocheted, and it's absolutely stunning. Oh, it is so, so beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I really want it, basically. So let me just double check. I'm just leaning off screen here. Just double checking the pattern. Yes, I even had the right yarn. Yeah, so I don't know what went wrong, but if I, hang on. There we go. I don't really want to hold it up in the bag. I want to hold up the cake itself. So this is the yarn. It's Kobu by Lion Brand. And it is a mix of cotton and bamboo. So it's 50% cotton, 50% bamboo. There we go. And the colour is absolutely stunning. Now, what was the colour? Have they actually written it on the hammer? Oh, it is pink. There you go. It's just pink. So I have all the yarn I need for this, and I just need to make it again. but I think I'm just apprehensive because I know how off my tension, there we go. I know how off my tension was, and I feel like I'm a bit nervous to try again, but I should probably just give it a go because it is absolutely beautiful. I do really want it, and I've got the yarn. There's no excuses. Why not? Why not? Just try again. I'll try again. So yeah, that is another project that I really want to do, and that's the Rosewood cardigan by All About Amy. I love Stephanie's designs. She's absolutely brilliant, absolutely amazing. So that's that one. Now, another one that I'm sort of apprehensive about is, I love the pattern. It's just the yarn that I'm apprehensive about using. So this is the Lemongrass by Joji Locatelli. It's sort of a, it's kind of a turtleneck, oversized sort of. It's got a beautiful panel down the front that's cabling, absolutely beautiful. And it's open sides with a button connector. It's just so beautiful. And I saw the colour and I thought, I love that colour. Absolutely love that colour. So I chose, and I'm still apprehensive about it, to be honest. I chose this. I don't know if it suits me. Does it suit me? I don't know. Yeah, I am apprehensive, I gotta say. I think if I'd have bought a neutral colour, then I'd have been all go, because it's Aran weight. So in theory, it should knit up really, really fast. In theory. And I know it will be a really fun project because his designs are always really fun. But yeah, it's the colour. I'm just not sure. What do we think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Really, really not sure. And I think that's a massive indicator that maybe it's not. But I think I might just make it anyway and then see how I feel then. I don't know. What do you think? It's anyway, the yarn is Paintbox Yarns, Simply Aran. There you go. The colour, unfortunately, I don't have the name. It's colour 228. I think it was lime or something like that. It's 100% acrylic. I don't know. Yes. I mean, I was aiming for this sort of colour, like a yellowy colour. I don't know why I got lime. So yeah, it's not really the same. I don't know. I just don't know. I think, as I say, I just need to cast it on. I just need to work on it. If I don't like it at the end of it, I can always donate it. I mean, I've got the yarn. I may as well use it. And I don't know what else I'm going to use the yarn for because I bought it for that pattern. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's another one that I want to do in 2023. Now, time for the fun stuff. Oh no, one more that I'm apprehensive about, sorry. So, this pattern, now it's been a while since I've looked at this pattern, but I think it's 3 different skeins of yarn. I think, I could be wrong, but, and unfortunately I printed it off in black and white, so I'm sorry. Oh, hang on, it says on the back, doesn't it? Oh, it's 4 colours, my apologies, 4 colours, so this isn't going to work. I do have another colour somewhere actually. I do, yes, never mind. Alright, so this is Spectre by Joji Locatelli. Now you can't really see, but it's kind of a fade jumper. I really wanted to do a fade jumper, and I absolutely love this. I mean, if you look, there's some really beautiful ribbing pattern that goes throughout, and it is just absolutely stunning. And I have some yarn here that I thought would just be absolutely beautiful in this. However, when I looked a bit more in depth at the pattern, I realised that the majority of it is pearl stitch. So between those ridges, they're all pearl stitches. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of purling. It's not the most comfortable. I mean, I'm fine with it. I've got no problems. Tension-wise, I'm fine. But it's just not the most enjoyable stitch. And I think I've learned from doing my other jumper that I've been working on, which I will show you at some point because it is a work in progress. It's just, I don't work on it very often because I've done it in seed stitch. And I think I've learned from doing that if I'm doing a stitch that I don't really enjoy, a project just takes so long to do. And it's not because I don't want the final product, and it's not because, I mean, it's not necessarily that it's not enjoyable, it's just, it's a bit arduous, I think. I think that's the word I'm looking for, it's just arduous. And yeah, it's not necessarily what I want from my knitting, if that makes sense. I want my knitting to be seamless and enjoyable and, you know, challenging where it needs to be challenging and things like that. So I don't know, the jumper is gorgeous and I really would like it. So the colours that I had for this are, let me grab these. You'll have to excuse them. I've unskeined them and reskeined them and they look a bit of a mess. They looked stunning when I got them. So here are the colours that I initially thought of. Obviously there's only 3 here. I completely forgot that you need 4. These are all Lockwood fibres. There we are. Lockwood fibres. Absolutely wonderful yarn. They're all sock based, so 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So this is her Warlock colourway. So it's got that really beautiful sort of teal colour with some beautiful speckles. That's the Warlock colourway. Then I also got the Mage colourway, which is very, very similar to the Warlock. It's just got that beautiful sort of, pinky, purpley, not purple at all, sort of a burgundy, would you say? I think that's probably burgundy, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful colour. And then the other one was Wizard, which is blue. Same again, it's just got that blue running throughout. So I wanted to use these 3 together in sort of like a fade effect thing, but Spectre needs 4. However, I do have 2 more colourways from Lockwood, which I've just picked up, and they are these. So they sort of go together as well. So this one is called Vampire. Beautiful, beautiful colour that. Beautiful. Love it, love it. And then this one, which I had to have, is called Dragon Egg Embers. So it's got grey with a bit of red. So I'm thinking this one actually might go with those. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? I think that looks alright, doesn't it? I think. Yeah, it looks alright next to this blue one. I think that could work like that. Maybe. Possibly. So I've got options, and obviously I've still got this one that I need to figure out what to do with. No, I'll use that for something else. But that's the idea for the Spectre jumper. I think those would look really, really nice actually together. That is a very similar colour. If I hold those 2 together, that is a very similar colour to that one. So that, I think, why am I holding that there? There we go. I think those would work together. And yeah, I think that's a good idea actually. Yes, definitely. But I just need to get my head around purling for an entire sweater. I think it'd be fine. It'll be fine. It's a beautiful sweater. So I'll pop those there. Pop that back in the bag. Right. Next. So another sweater that I have been looking at. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. Is one that's been on my queue for quite a while actually, and I bought the yarn not too long ago. It was last year, obviously, middle of last year I think, and yeah, I just haven't cast on yet. I don't know why. I buy the yarn and then everything just gets put to one side, which is really weird, and then I get distracted and I cast on everything else that's new, and yeah, so this is good for me because it means I'm going to get through all of these projects that have yarn and have been sitting around waiting to be cast on, waiting for me to get over the next new thing. So this is brilliant. So the next pattern is Looking Back by Joji Locatelli. Now it looks quite plain. So the back is where it joins. I'm not sure if it's buttons. I think it might be buttons. There's a lace sort of detail or cabling down the sleeves. Now, the most interesting thing about this, I think, if I show you this picture, I'm not sure if you can see it, but down the front, just there, there we go. There's a absolutely beautiful panel of lace work. Now, this is, I mean, if I could actually if I had printed it in colour, that would have been even better, but I didn't. So that's an idea of what it will look like. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, as I say, I've had the yarn for this since last year, middle of last year, and I just haven't cast on. I don't know why, but yes. So what I got was Paintbox yarns again, simply DK because it is a DK pattern, and this really nice bluey purpley colour, and I think it's really, really nice. Colourway, unfortunately, I don't have a name, it's just number 74. So there we go, 74. There you go. And it's 100% acrylic, I think, again, yeah. So I do go through stages where I want something that's, I don't know, a bit more harder wearing, I guess. And then I go through stages where I've got to have all the hand-dyed yarn. So yeah, I mean, a lot of my projects are a mixture, but I do tend to lean more towards hand-dyed yarn these days. But there's nothing wrong with an acrylic yarn, nothing at all. You know, depends on your budget, depends on what you're wanting from the project. But yeah, I'm really excited to use this and to make that project. So that's another sweater that I have all the yarn for. I just need to cast it on. But again, I need to finish 2 projects before I can cast anything new on. Right, now, this is the final sweater that I have yarn for. Let me drag the yarn. Now, I'm really excited about this one. So this is the So Faded sweater by Andrea Mowry. And I absolutely love the look of this sweater. It looks absolutely beautiful. You can do it cropped, you can do it long, like we've got here. I will be doing it this sort of length, and I might actually make it a bit more baggier than what she's wearing there, because it's quite close to the arms. I think I'd want it to have a bit more room than that, to be honest. So I believe this uses 5 skeins of yarn that fade together. So the yarn I have chosen is, let me see if I can actually pick it all up in one go. I'm not sure if I can. But I think it's 5 skeins of yarn. I don't know what the pattern is. I think it's 5. Hang on, I haven't got enough fingers for this. Right, so the yarn I have chosen is this. So this will be my fade. I absolutely love blue, so this works for me a treat. This is all Bird Street yarn. Again, another UK dyer. Sit up a bit. There we go. Oh, that one actually merges with me, doesn't it? So yeah, these are all by Bird Street yarn. Absolutely wonderful dyer. I basically bought all of these because I just thought, my gosh, those colours look absolutely stunning together, and I think they'll be so beautiful as a sweater. The only thing I'd need to decide is if they're going that way or that way. I think they should go that way. I think they should go from light to dark, like that, I think. Yes, that's what I think. Right, anyway, let's give you a little show and tell of each of them. So again, Bird Street yarn. Hold that up. In fact, I read on Instagram the other day that they have just started stocking, Bird Street yarn is being stocked in Stephen and Penelope over in Amsterdam. So that's very exciting news for them. And yeah, absolutely stunning. So yeah, Bird Street yarn. And they are all on their MN 4-ply, so merino nylon 4-ply, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and this colourway is called Snowfall. It's just, yeah, very, very delicate with some very beautiful speckles, sort of browns, sort of blues, very, very beautiful. So that keeps focusing on me, doesn't it? Really, really beautiful. Love that colourway. And then the next one, which I will be fading into, is called Dancing in the Dark. So there's that one. Beautiful. Again, same base as the other one. Very, very subtle bits of the terracotta, not terracotta, brown colouring in there. Very, very beautiful. Stunning. Absolutely love that. So that's the one that I will be fading that one into. And then the other one is called Summit. That's that one, so slightly darker. Again, same sort of colours, just fading I'll be fading into those. Beautiful. And then the next one that I will be using is called Reverend Blue Jeans. So we've gotten rid of the extra hits of colour and we're more into the blues now, with a bit of wishy paler blues, darker blues, things like that. Beautiful. Love it. And then the final colour, so the colour that I will end on, which I think I'm going to have at the bottom. I think the darker colour should be at the bottom. So this is just called Deeper. And it is just a lovely, oh, let's see if we can focus that, lovely dark blue. That's called Deeper. There you are. Beautiful. And again, very, very, very similar to what I'm wearing at the minute. But yes, so those 5 colours, I'm going to fade like that, I think, that way. What do you think? Do we think that way? I think that way would be the best, wouldn't it? I think that would be the best way. And that will be the, here we go, the So Faded sweater by Andrea Mowry. Right, woo, we're getting there. We are getting there. The floor, everything that was over here mostly is now over there. There are some things over there that I need to bring back over here. But anyway, so the final 2 items that I have for, no, there's not 2, there's more than 2. So another item that I have for you, this is the only shawl that I have yarn for that I want to do in 2023. Now this is this is going to be a sample for my shop. So this is a yarn that I have dyed, but the pattern that I'm going to be making is the Lone Skein shawl by Joji Locatelli. So it is a 1 skein shawl, because Joji is just the queen of 1 skein shawls. She's absolutely brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit a sample of my new colourway, which is this. So this is called Centenary, and it's by myself, Apex Yarn. And it is just a colourway that's inspired by Le Mans, which is actually, funnily enough, a t-shirt that I'm wearing at the minute. Well, that's where this t-shirt is from. It's the centenary of Le Mans this year. So this colourway is just in a celebration of Le Mans, basically. So yeah, I'm going to be knitting up this shawl in this colourway. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, so that's a shawl project that I have yarn for, that I will be making. Now, the last couple of things that I have yarn for that I will be making in 2023 are crochet projects, but they're not garments. They are, I hesitate to say toys, but they are, I don't even know the word for them. But anyway, I'm just going to get straight into them. So the first one is from this absolutely wonderful book by Carla Mitrani. It's got hair in it, sorry. And it's called Crochet Iconic Women. Now, I've made a number of Audrey. So I think I've made 3 or 4 Audrey dolls. I can't remember how many exactly, but I've made quite a few Audreys. And I really want to make Amelia Earhart for myself. So if I open this up, my dad has actually requested an Amelia. So there's Amelia. So I will definitely, in 2023, I will be making an Amelia Earhart for my dad. I will make myself one at some point, but she will be made for my dad because he has requested her and I still haven't made her. So that is what I am doing in 2023. The yarn I use is just in this bag. It's mostly paint box, cotton DK. There you are. In various different colourways. I think I've got a couple of these which are Rika Rumi. So Rika Rumi, again DK, 100% cotton. And I've got a couple of those. So it's, as I say, mostly paint box yarns, 100% cotton, DK, and Rika Rumi, DK, 100% cotton. And those are the yarns that I use in various different colours to make anything from this little Crochet Iconic Women book. Now I think she's actually releasing a second Crochet Iconic Women book, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I might have to get that book. I think that's what's happening. I can't remember, so don't hold me to it. But yes, highly recommend this book if you are a crocheter and you like crochet dolls. I think that's the best word for them. Right, now, next that I have yarn for, crochet wise, that I will be working on in 2023. I'll start off with this. So this is Toft's, so obviously book by Kerry Lord, and it's a partridge in a pear tree book. So crochet the 12 birds of Christmas. Now I got inspired to do this because of Martin from Knit365, his YouTube channel. He crocheted all these birds last year for Christmas, and yeah, I just absolutely loved them. So I thought, why not? They'll look absolutely amazing on the back of my sofa at Christmas time. So yeah, I treated myself to the book. I've got all the yarn in here. Giant bag filled with Toft stuff. Now, yeah, there's a lot of Toft stuff in here, but I'm not going to get it all out because yeah, there's no point. We all know what Toft's yarn look like, but yeah, all of it is in there along with everything else that I have Toft-wise for making Toft stuff. So all of these hopefully will appear at some point during 2023, and then around Christmas time I can line them all up. So my sofa's over there, I can line them all up the back of the sofa. I mean, I could even put them on my mantelpiece here. There we go, that's better. I could line them all up on the mantelpiece. That would look pretty cute. But yeah, so that's another lot of crochet projects. That's 12 crochet projects there. Now, so I've got this little book here. Now this little book is just an A5 sort of foldery, sleevey thing. And it's perfect size for putting in all of my, hang on, I'm just trying to make sure I don't spoil any patterns. So it's the perfect size for putting in all of my little Toft patterns. Perfect size, they're all A5, so it's an A5 size. And it's also really handy for putting in all of my little patches. Honestly, words today. So I've been displaying my little patches in the back. I might have to buy another book for the patches and one for the patterns, but yeah, so this is where I put all my Toft patterns. I do have a lot of Toft patterns that I want to work on this year, so I'm going to show you them. So first one is Morag, the Highland Coo. So I need to make her. As I say, all of these I have the yarn for, so I just need to do them. I also want to make Oberon, beautiful, beautiful moth. So he I also have the yarn for. Sorry, I'm just skipping through. I also have Rosalind, which I also want to make at some point in 2023. Then skip through. Oh, the next pattern is a pattern that I will be making in 2023, but I can't show you because it's going to be a gift. Now this one is another one. So I have the pattern for the Queen doll, which I will be making. Now, in part of my Toft order that should be arriving next week, I have got the stand for the Queen doll. So at least when I've made her, I can actually stand her up. So yeah, that'd be nice to do, I think. Then I also got, I think it's Quinn, alpaca. So I'll be making them at some point as well. Hopefully again in 2023. And then I also have, I can't remember the name of this one, Archie the llama. So I think those two would look very cute on my desk upstairs. So yeah, those are the Toft patterns that I'm hoping to do this year. But with my track record, it's right, I'm just going to move this bag back over there. With my track record with the Toft stuff, obviously I'm still working on the gifts for friends and family. Yeah, I'm not the quickest, so I don't hold out high hopes for finishing all of those Toft projects. But yeah, they're plans. I'm hoping that I'll be able to work on them at least, or get them finished in 2023. That's the plan. Right, now, so those are all the projects that I have yarn 4 that I would like to make in 2023. Now, it's very loose terminology to make because I get excited by new projects. I get excited by new patterns that come out because there's always new patterns. So yeah, it might change. Some patterns might get bumped up, some patterns might get bumped down. It really does depend on what's actually happening and how quickly I can get things done. I do have a lot of yarn, as I say, that I would like to find patterns for. For example, behind me, I have all of this that doesn't have patterns. But yeah, so there are a lot of things, but I think at least if I can list a couple of them, then I know I need to do them, basically. Right, so I do have a couple more things to show you, but these patterns are patterns that I really would like to do, but I don't have any yarn for them yet. I mean, I could probably dig something out to use to make the patterns, but at this point in time, I don't really, hang on. I'm just grabbing something else. At this point in time, I don't have the yarn set aside for those projects. So I'm going to start with this one. This is called Reborn, and it's by Rachel Ilsley of Unwind Knitwear. So if I just show you the names, there we go, Rachel Ilsley, Unwind Knitwear. I absolutely adore her sweaters. They're absolutely stunning, and I like them because they're not too form-fitting. They tend to be, they tend to have a bit of positive ease, which is perfect for me. And they've got the colour work as well, so it looks really nice. I could probably use a really nice, I could use a variegated skein of yarn for the colour work, for the yoke and things. So I think that would be a really nice pattern to do. And plus, I've never done a pattern of hers before, and I really would like to because she does so many lovely ones. So yeah, I really, really like that pattern. So hopefully, once I've done a bit of all of this stuff, then hopefully I can do this one as well. I really like that pattern though. Absolutely stunning. Right, another pattern I would really like to do. So this one's a cardigan, and this is by Stephen West. It's the Bubble Cardigan by Stephen West. I love this pattern. I love it. It looks stunning. It just looks cozy. It's going to be oversized. It's one of those that I can wake up in the morning, just chuck on, and oh yeah, I can see it now. But yeah, I need to sort some, as I say, again, I need to sort some of this out, get some of this finished, and then I can think about what I want to do colour wise, because I could probably just grab out a couple of skeins that I've got, some of these skeins even, although I'm not sure if variegated skeins would work very well with this. I think they'd probably need to be, although I think I see a variegated skein there. Anyway, yeah, that's something I need to think about, which is why it doesn't have any yarn set aside for it yet, but that's definitely on the cards. I think it's beautiful. I absolutely adore it. And all the patterns that I've seen, all the projects that I've seen other people make of this pattern, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I cannot wait to do this pattern. I cannot wait. And I've never done, I've done shawls by Stephen West, but I've never done an actual garment. So I'm very excited to do that one. Right, so and the final sweater, there are 3 more projects. Sorry, I don't know why I held up 4 fingers then. 3 more projects down here to show you. This one is the one that was recently released. It's a sweater, which is why I'm showing it you now, because the other 2 objects aren't sweaters. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, and yeah, I highly recommend you checking it out if you haven't seen it already. So this is the Belladon jumper. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Belladon jumper, and look at that. It's by Along Avec Anna. So if I show you that, Along Avec Anna, look at that jumper. How beautiful is that? I think it might be cropped, which is something that I'm not 100% sure about yet. But I do have a skirt very, very similar to this. And I think if I made a sort of a neutral sweater, I think that would be amazing. I've never had like the balloony sort of sleeves before either. So it's going to be something very, very different for me. But I mean, it's such a beautiful pattern. I think it is brioche, I think. Don't hold me to that. I don't even know what I've done with the whole pattern. It is somewhere in amongst this chaos. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think it is, that's it. I'm looking for the pattern. It is here somewhere. Is it this one? Sorry, what I'm trying to figure out, I should have checked before I actually started. Let me pop this down a moment. I should have looked before I started this episode. Oh, wait. No, that's not it. Hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, it's here. Here we are. So, the Valentine jumper is a cropped jumper in brioche stitch with raglan sleeves. So, it's the raglan construction, which is great. So, I imagine that's top down, isn't it? It is knitted with a double merino yarn, so DK weight, and a silk mohair yarn lace held together. So it would be DK, so similar weight to this, and we would just hold the mohair with it. So it'd be a nice, obviously this isn't going to be the colours I'm using, but yeah, it would just be DK weight held together with some mohair, so some little fuzzy stuff. And that's going to create really nice cozy jumper. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's a perfect little sweater to wear over a dress, shirt or blouse. It is worn with positive ease between 15 and 25 centimetres, and it's constructed top down. So yeah, I can't say no. I can't say no. And it is a very recent edition, as I say, because it was only released, I think, this weekend. Oh, it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to make that. So I need to really get a wiggle on. But this is what I mean about all of these plans sort of getting pushed aside a lot, because a new pattern comes out and that takes priority. So this is how I've accumulated so much yarn for patterns, and I haven't actually done the pattern because a new pattern comes out, so I'll buy the yarn for that pattern, and then so on and so forth, and it just gets spirals. So we're nearly there, bear with me. So I have 2 more patterns to show you. I will show you this one. This is a shawl, and it's by Andrea Mowry. It's Find Your Fade. Now I've done the Free Your Fade shawl, which was great, but I've obviously never done this one. And I think this one was 5 skeins of yarn, which is why, because I wanted to do this one initially, but it uses more skeins of yarn than I had. So that's why this hasn't got any yarn with it. That being said, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I love this. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful pattern. That being said, I do have a lot of yarn by West Green Loft Yarns. There you go. West Green Loft Yarns. I've got many of these. Many skeins of these. Whoop, dropping them all. There we go. This is just 3 of them. But I thought I could do a really subtle, really beautiful, because she does a lot of elegant sort of colours. I thought I could do a really pretty muted Free Your Fade shawl. Obviously, as I say, these are only 3 of the colours that I have. I have a bucket over there with more in. I just grabbed these because they were at the top of the pile. But I'm sure I could come up. Obviously, when I actually come to do it, I can get a better idea of what I'm going to do. But I think I might do it as a West Green Loft Yarns shawl, because as you can see, all the colours are beautiful. They're very muted. And I think it would make a very nice, delicate Free Your Fade shawl, I think anyway, yeah, I think that might work quite nicely. But that is a plan for that. But again, this one doesn't have, I haven't set aside any yarn for this one yet. And that is a fairly recent addition, just because I saw it the other day and I thought, yeah, I still want to make that. So yeah, it's going on the list. Right, the final one, sorry, I've got mohair all around my face. Well, it feels like it's there. It's really itchy. Anyway, the final pattern, we're finally there. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. This final pattern I am very excited about. I have never made a garment like this before. It is going to be a labour of love. I know that for a fact. Let me just dig out the remainder of it, because honestly, this pattern is thick. It is thick, very thick. And the reason for that, reason number one is this. it is a dress. So there's a lot to it. It is called the MemilyMakes dress. I'll just show you that as best I can. So you can wear it one of two ways. You can wear it with the buttons at the front or the buttons at the back. And it's by Vet. So that's the MemilyMakes dress. Now, it's fingering weight. It's a fingering weight dress. Yeah, it's a summer dress. I'm going to read this little blurb. The MemilyMakes dress is the perfect everyday summer dress with a twist. It's a tailored piece. You'll be able to easily put together the perfect fit for your unique body size and shape. Fear not, if like me you have to get your bikini tops and bottoms as separate, this dress is here to hug all your curves and concerns. It's two dresses in one. You get a deep V-neck and button band on the one side that you can wear at the front for a cute day look, and a square neckline on the other side, which you can also wear at the front for a very elegant evening look. I'll bring that closer, with a sexy buttoned back. So there you go. Obviously read by me, it's not great. No, it doesn't do it justice, but it is a tailored dress. So in amongst all of this pattern are the schematics and the guide on how to knit this dress to be tailored for your specific body size and shape. I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. It's going to be a challenge, I know that much. It is a dress. I will be making it long. I won't be doing it short. I know you can adjust how long or short you want it. I've seen so many different variations of this dress and it's absolutely amazing. So I'm very, very excited to do it. I just need to find the perfect yarn, the perfect colour, and yeah, be in the right frame of mind. And I definitely need a lot less in terms of my works in progress before I cast that on, because it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to show you that one more time. That is the MemilyMakes dress by Vet. There we are. So excited, so excited. So we have made it. Thank you so much for hanging in with me. Next month's video will not be as crazy as this one. This one is basically my 2023 plans, very late obviously, but these are my plans. A lot of them are jumpers, a lot of them are cardigans, but a lot of them I have yarn for, so I just need to crack on really, is the plan. I do have a lot of toft to get cracking on with as well. Yeah, and I mean, looking at all this, it kind of makes me think I really need to get a wiggle on with everything else. So hopefully that will just give me a little kick up the bum to really get started and stuck in with everything that I've got going on. But also it gives you an idea of what I've got in mind, colours that I like to use, yarn that I like to use, and hopefully you may have seen something that you've not seen before, that you like the idea of, that you like the look of. I mean, as I say, this one I cannot wait to do, the Belladonna jumper by Along Avec Anna. As I say, this was a recent release and it's just so beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to do that one. Really can't wait. A lot of them are patterns that have been on my Ravelry list for a long time, so they're older patterns. But yeah, I'm so excited, and thank you so much for sticking with me. If you stayed with me to the end, thank you very much. And yeah, let me know what you're planning to do. I love to know what other people are doing, because I think that's the best way that you learn about new designers, learn about new yarn. Absolutely love finding out what other people are up to, what other people's plans are. It's very exciting times. So yes, thank you once again. Thank you so much. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of the week. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.